Every month, millions of Americans type the same words into Google: Am I depressed? Why do I feel sad for no reason? Do I have depression? If you're one of those people, you're not alone. Let's dive into some of the most searched symptoms of depression and what they really mean. First up, persistent sadness. This isn't just feeling down for a day or two, it's that heavy cloud that seems to linger, making even the simplest tasks feel monumental. You might find yourself crying for no apparent reason, or feeling a sense of emptiness that just won't go away. It's like carrying a weight that you can't quite shake off. Next, let's talk about loss of interest. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media, watching your friends enjoy life, while you feel completely detached? Hobbies that once brought you joy may now feel pointless. It's as if the color has drained from your world, and everything feels dull and uninviting. Then there's fatigue. This isn't just being tired after a long day, it's an overwhelming exhaustion that doesn't seem to improve with rest. You might wake up feeling like you haven't slept at all, and even small tasks can feel like climbing a mountain. It's frustrating, and it can make you feel trapped in your own body. Another common symptom is changes in appetite. Some people may find themselves eating more, seeking comfort in food, while others lose their appetite entirely. It's a roller coaster that can lead to significant weight changes, which can further impact your mood and self-esteem. Sleep disturbances are also a big red flag. Whether you're struggling to fall asleep, waking up frequently, or sleeping too much, these patterns can wreak havoc on your mental health. Sleep is crucial for our well-being, and when it's disrupted, it can exacerbate feelings of sadness and anxiety. And let's not forget about feelings of worthlessness or guilt. You might find yourself ruminating over past mistakes or feeling like a burden to others. It's a toxic cycle that can make it hard to see your own value, but it's important to remember that these thoughts are not a reflection of reality. So, what can you do if you relate to these symptoms? First, acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to not be okay. Reach out to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or a mental health professional. Talking about what you're experiencing can be incredibly freeing. Consider journaling your thoughts. Writing can help you process your emotions and identify patterns in your feelings. And don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable tools and support to help you navigate through this challenging time. Lastly, prioritize self-care. Engage in activities that bring you joy, even if they feel like a chore at first. Go for a walk, listen to music, or try meditation. Small steps can lead to significant changes over time. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. There's hope, and healing is possible. Take that first step today. Late at night, when the world quiets down, something shifts. It's in those still hours that the weight of our thoughts can feel heaviest. Google Trends shows a clear spike in searches related to depression during these late-night hours. It's as if the darkness brings our feelings to the surface, and we turn to our screens for answers. You might find yourself typing phrases like, "I can't get out of bed," or "Why am I so tired all the time?" These searches reveal a deep longing for understanding. When we don't know what we're feeling, we seek clarity. It's the first step toward healing. Winter months add another layer to this struggle. The cold, grey days can amplify feelings of sadness and isolation. Seasonal affective disorder is real, and many of us experience it. The lack of sunlight can drain our energy and motivation, making it harder to get through the day. During these months, the search for help intensifies. And then there are those stressful political or economic times. Uncertainty can weigh heavily on our minds. When the news is filled with chaos, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Anxiety creeps in, and suddenly, we're searching for ways to cope. How do I manage my anxiety becomes a common query. It's important to recognize that these feelings are valid. We're living in a time where mental health is finally being acknowledged, yet the stigma still lingers. People are searching for answers, not just for themselves, but for loved ones too. How can I help someone who's depressed is another search that pops up frequently. Understanding our emotions is crucial. It's not just about identifying depression or anxiety, it's about recognizing that these feelings are part of the human experience. When we name what we're feeling, we take the first step toward healing. So, if you find yourself searching late at night, know that you're not alone. Many are in the same boat, looking for answers, seeking connection, and hoping for relief. It's okay to reach out, to talk about what you're feeling. There's strength in vulnerability. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's break the silence around mental health. Because when we understand our feelings, we empower ourselves and each other. And that's where real healing begins. I want to talk about something that often goes unnoticed, something that many of us experience but rarely discuss, the emotional symptoms of depression. You know, when you're feeling this constant sadness or emptiness that just doesn't seem to lift. It's like carrying a weight that you can't quite explain. You wake up in the morning, and instead of feeling refreshed, there's this heaviness that settles in. It's not just sadness, it's a profound sense of hopelessness about the future. You start to wonder if things will ever change, if you'll ever feel joy again. Then there are those sudden crying spells that catch you off guard. One moment, you're sitting quietly, and the next, tears are streaming down your face. It's confusing, isn't it? You might not even know why you're crying. It feels like a release, but it also leaves you feeling more vulnerable and exposed. You look around and see others moving through life, seemingly unaffected, while you're stuck in this emotional fog. And let's talk about that feeling of numbness. It's as if your emotions have been muted, like someone turned down the volume on your life. You're going through the motions, but nothing feels real. You might find yourself zoning out on the couch, staring blankly at the wall, while your mind drifts to dark places. It's frustrating because you want to feel something, anything, but all you feel is nothing. This is where the confusion sets in. Depression often doesn't feel like sadness. It feels like nothing. That's a quote from an expert that really resonates with me. It's a strange paradox. You're physically present, but emotionally, you're miles away. It's hard for others to understand, and even harder for you to articulate. You might try to explain it to a friend or a family member, but how do you put into words a feeling that's so elusive? Journaling can be a helpful outlet. Writing down your thoughts can sometimes bring clarity to the chaos. You might find yourself scribbling about your day, your feelings, or even just random thoughts that pop into your head. It's a way to process what's happening inside, to make sense of the confusion. But even that can feel like a chore when you're in the depths of it. It's important to remember that you're not alone in this. Many people experience these emotional symptoms, and it's okay to seek help. Whether it's talking to a therapist, confiding in a friend, or even just acknowledging your feelings, taking that first step can be incredibly powerful. Understanding that depression can manifest in ways that don't fit the typical narrative of sadness is crucial. It's not always about crying or feeling down. Sometimes, it's about feeling disconnected from yourself and the world around you. Recognizing this can be the first step toward finding your way back. It's a journey, and while it may feel daunting, there is hope. There is always hope. Depression often wears a mask, and it's not always the one we expect. When we think of depression, we might picture sadness or withdrawal, but there's so much more beneath the surface. One of the most insidious aspects is how it impacts our thought patterns. Let's dive into some of these symptoms that often go unnoticed. First, let's talk about trouble concentrating. You know those moments when you're staring at a page, and the words just blur together? It's like your brain is stuck in a fog. You might be trying to focus on a project at work or even just read a book, but your mind keeps drifting. It's frustrating, isn't it? This isn't just laziness or a lack of interest, it's a real symptom of depression. Your brain is working overtime, but it feels like it's running on empty. Then there's forgetfulness. Have you ever walked into a room and completely blanked on why you went in there? Or maybe you've forgotten important dates or tasks. This isn't just a sign of getting older, it's a common experience for those dealing with depression. The mental load can be overwhelming, and it's easy for things to slip through the cracks. It's like trying to juggle too many balls at once, and eventually, some of them just fall. Indecisiveness is another sneaky symptom. You might find yourself paralyzed by choices, whether it's picking a restaurant for dinner or making bigger life decisions. It's as if every option feels like a weight on your shoulders. You start second-guessing yourself, thinking, what if I make the wrong choice? This constant self-doubt can be exhausting, leaving you stuck in a loop of uncertainty. And let's not forget about negative self-talk or guilt spirals. It's almost like having a relentless critic in your head, constantly pointing out your flaws and mistakes. You might catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "I should have done better." This internal dialogue can be incredibly damaging, reinforcing feelings of worthlessness and despair. It's a cycle that's hard to break, but recognizing it is the first step toward change. These symptoms are often overlooked, yet they're some of the most searched topics when it comes to understanding depression. It's crucial to connect the dots between these thought patterns and the emotional struggles many face. If you or someone you know is experiencing these symptoms, it's important to reach out for help. You're not alone in this, and there are resources available to support you. Understanding how depression affects our thinking can be a game changer. It opens the door to conversations that need to happen. So, let's keep talking about it, breaking down the stigma, and supporting each other in this journey. Remember, it's okay to seek help and to acknowledge what you're feeling. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. I wake up, and the first thing I notice is the heaviness in my limbs. It's like I'm carrying around weights that no one else can see. I tell myself it's just a rough night, but deep down, I know it's more than that. Chronic fatigue isn't just about being tired, it's a relentless drain that makes even the simplest tasks feel monumental. I try to shake it off, but then there's the insomnia. I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, while the world outside moves on without me. I think about how I should be sleeping, but my mind races with thoughts that won't let me rest. And when I finally do drift off, I wake up feeling like I've run a marathon in my sleep. Then there's my appetite. Some days, I can't seem to stop eating. I find myself mindlessly snacking, trying to fill a void I can't quite name. Other days, food feels like a chore. I look at the meals I've prepared, untouched and cold, and wonder why I can't bring myself to eat. It's confusing, this constant push and pull with something that should be so simple. Headaches come and go, like uninvited guests that refuse to leave. They throb behind my eyes, making it hard to focus. I've tried everything, over-the-counter meds, hydration, even meditation, but nothing seems to help. And then there are the stomach issues. Some days, it feels like my gut is in a constant state of turmoil, while other days, it's just a dull ache that lingers. Body pain is another unwelcome companion. It's not just physical, it's a reminder that something isn't right. I find myself scheduling doctor's appointments, hoping for answers. I sit in waiting rooms, surrounded by others who look just as lost. We're all there for our physical ailments, but I can't help but wonder how many of us are really battling something deeper. I've learned that it's not uncommon for people to seek help for physical pain before they even consider the emotional side of things. It's easy to dismiss these symptoms as just part of life, but they can be signs of something more serious, like depression. It's a tricky thing, how our minds and bodies are intertwined. I've started to connect the dots. The fatigue, the insomnia, the changes in appetite, the headaches, the stomach issues, the body pain, they're all pieces of a puzzle that I'm just beginning to understand. It's a journey, one that requires patience and self-compassion. I'm learning to listen to my body and recognize that it's okay to seek help, to talk about what I'm feeling, and to acknowledge that I'm not alone in this struggle. It's a process, and while it's not easy, I'm committed to finding my way through. I'm learning that it's okay to ask for help, to explore the connection between my physical symptoms and my mental health. It's a step towards healing, and every step counts. I've been thinking a lot about why I tend to push people away. It's a pattern I can't seem to shake, and it's not just about wanting to be alone. It's more complicated than that. I find myself withdrawing from friends and family, even those I care about deeply. It's like there's this invisible wall that I build, brick by brick, until I'm isolated in my own little world. I notice it most when I lose interest in things I used to love. Hobbies that once brought me joy now feel like chores. I used to paint, write, and play music, but now I just stare at my supplies, feeling detached. It's frustrating because I know I should feel something, but I don't. It's as if the colors have faded from my life, and I'm left with a dull, grey canvas. Work and school. Forget it. I find myself avoiding responsibilities, skipping classes, and ignoring deadlines. It's not that I don't care, it's more like I'm trapped in my own head, paralyzed by this overwhelming sense of disconnection. I scroll through my phone, seeing ignored messages and fading group chats, and I can't help but feel a pang of guilt. I know my friends are reaching out, but I just can't muster the energy to respond. It's easier to retreat than to explain how I'm feeling. This detachment feels like a heavy fog that rolls in without warning. I look around and see empty rooms, spaces that used to be filled with laughter and conversation. Now, they echo with silence. I know these signs can be mistaken for laziness or disinterest, but they're really silent cries for help. It's a struggle to admit that I need support, that I can't do this alone. Sometimes, I wonder if I'm afraid of being vulnerable. Opening up means risking rejection, and that thought terrifies me. So, I push people away, thinking it's safer this way. But deep down, I crave connection. I want to feel understood, to share my thoughts and fears without judgment. It's a cycle that's hard to break. I know I need to reach out, to let someone in, but the fear of being a burden holds me back. I remind myself that everyone struggles, that it's okay to ask for help. But in those moments of isolation, it's easy to forget that I'm not alone in this. So, I'm trying to take small steps. I'm learning to recognize these patterns and to challenge the thoughts that tell me to retreat. It's not easy, but I'm starting to see that pushing people away doesn't protect me, it only deepens my loneliness. I want to break this cycle, to let others in, and to find my way back to the vibrant life I once had. It's a journey, but I'm ready to take that first step. Depression can feel like a heavy fog that rolls in unexpectedly, obscuring everything around you. You wake up, and the world seems muted, like you're looking through tinted glasses. Everything feels different, even the things you used to love. You might find yourself asking, do I have depression, or am I just tired? It's a confusing place to be, and it's easy to dismiss those feelings as just fatigue or stress, but here's the thing, fatigue can be a symptom of depression, just as much as sadness or hopelessness. It's not just about feeling tired, it's about feeling drained, like you're running on empty. You might push through your day, but inside, you're battling a weight that feels impossible to lift. It's like being in a race where everyone else is sprinting, and you're stuck in slow motion, questioning if you're broken or just not trying hard enough. Then there's burnout. It's that overwhelming exhaustion that comes from pushing yourself too hard, often at work or in your personal life. You might think, is this burnout or depression? The truth is, they can overlap. Burnout can lead to feelings of depression, and depression can make you feel burnt out. It's a vicious cycle that can leave you feeling trapped. When you look in the mirror, you might not recognize the person staring back at you. That's the tinted glasses effect. Your self-image becomes warped. You might see someone who's not good enough, someone who's failing. But that's not the reality. It's the depression talking, distorting your perception. You're not broken, you're struggling, and that's okay. It's crucial to reach out, to talk about what you're feeling. Whether it's to a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional, sharing your experience can be a powerful step. You're not alone in this. Many people are navigating similar feelings, and together, we can start to lift that fog. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to take a break. Life isn't a race, and you don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes, just acknowledging that you're feeling off is the first step toward clarity. So, take a moment, breathe, and know that you're not defined by your struggles. You're a person, worthy of understanding and compassion, just like everyone else. If these signs feel familiar, remember, you're not broken, you're human. We all go through tough times, and it's important to recognize when we need a little extra support. The first step is to talk to someone you trust. It could be a friend, a family member, or even a coworker. Sharing what you're feeling can lighten the load and help you gain perspective. Next, consider reaching out to a therapist or your primary care doctor. They're trained to help you navigate through these feelings and can provide you with tools to cope. It might feel daunting at first, but taking that step can be incredibly empowering. If you're not ready for that yet, there are free mental health hotlines available, like 988 in the US. They're there to listen and support you without judgment. Sometimes, just talking to someone who understands can make a world of difference. In addition to reaching out, building small daily routines can help ground you. Start with something simple, like getting some sunlight each day. Nature has a way of lifting our spirits. Even a short walk outside can clear your mind and boost your mood. Incorporating movement into your day is also crucial. It doesn't have to be an intense workout, a gentle stretch or a stroll can do wonders for your mental health. Journaling is another powerful tool. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can provide clarity and help you process what you're experiencing. It's a safe space to express yourself without fear of judgment. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of connection. Schedule a coffee date with a friend or a family member. Those moments of connection can remind you that you're not alone in this journey. Remember, it's okay to seek help and take care of yourself. You're not alone, and there are resources and people ready to support you. Embrace the journey of healing, one small step at a time. Searching for answers is not a sign of weakness, it takes real courage. If you're looking up depression symptoms, it shows you're ready to understand and heal. Remember, reaching out for help is a powerful step. You're not alone in this journey. Many have walked this path and found their way to brighter days. Embrace the process, whether it's journaling your thoughts, talking to a friend, or simply taking a moment to breathe. This is just one chapter in your story, and there's so much more ahead. Keep searching, keep healing,